Beautiful. So I'm going to start today with just talking a little bit about breath work generally. Um, in short, breath is life, right? So we can go, weeks and weeks without food. We can do 3, 4, maybe even 5 days without water. But breath, we're talking minutes, right? It's the first thing that we do when we're born, and it's the last thing we do when we exit. So it is the most essential thing in my mind to our existence. And what's important about that is that most of us don't do it properly. We're living in a constant state of stress and distraction, which means we're breathing more shallow than our lungs have capacity for. Okay, fine. So we're still getting air, so we're alive. Yay. But what happens when we don't breathe deeply enough or properly? There's many consequences, but I'll give you the top two important ones for me. First of all, we starve our brain of oxygen. Now, our brain needs adequate oxygen and water to function. When we starve it of either of those, that's when we get foggy, when we get moody, our cognitive function is impaired, our ability to think and problem solve is impaired. And that's why sometimes you might notice as you get through the day, you get more and more of the brain fog, and those sorts of outcomes of, yeah, just not giving enough water and oxygen to the brain as we become more and more stressed and distracted through the day. Secondly, the lungs are one of our five organs of elimination. So breathing deeply and releasing air is how we expel toxins from the body. One of the ways. There's obviously many ways. But if we do not breathe deeply enough, we allow deadly toxins essentially to store in the body and recirculate into our system. So deep breathing is critical for releasing toxic load and for expelling toxins from the body. And we can't do that if we do not completely expand our lungs and contract our lungs and get all of the air out. So, like I said, there's many, many different reasons to breathe deeply and consciously. But those are the two for me that are most significant. That always brings me back to breath work as an important practice. Now, aside from that, breath work's a really powerful energetic tool. Okay, we can use it to command our state. As a general rule of thumb, a technique where we're breathing the inhale through the nose, it's going to have like a calming effect. It stimulates the vagus nerve and it calms down our nervous system. And then, if we have a mouth breath or an in breath where we're using our mouth, generally they're a little bit more excitatory. So we're going to increase our energetic state if we're feeling a bit flat, say. So, as an example of this, and the reason it's important to have a couple of tools in your tool belt, a couple of different techniques you can draw on, is because you might have the same situation, but energetically need a different response. So, for example, I'm about to do a huge presentation at work to the board. And beforehand, I'm feeling like really flat, really disinterested. I don't really want to be there, that sort of thing. I'm going to use a more excitatory breath work, which I'm going to do in another session, that will, essentially command my energy to be a little higher. So I walk into the room with confidence and I'm ready to go. On the other hand, before that same presentation, I might be feeling really jacked, like really nervous, really anxious, a little scary. My brain might be going all over the place and I'm having trouble concentrating because I'm quite jacked up energetically. Then I'm going to use a really nice calming technique, a different breathwork technique to bring my energy down into coherence. So I'm walking into the room again, grounded and confident. So hopefully that makes sense and you can see the distinction between the two types of breathwork techniques and how, again, on any given day, my energetic state for the exact same situation might require me to use a different technique in order to command my energy for the situation in front of me. That's where this is so powerful as an energetic tool. Okay? So we're going to focus today on diaphragm release breathwork techniques. I'm going to show you two. These are calming and grounding, but they do incorporate some movement as well. So if you are feeling really flat, they might be a little more activating for you if needed. So the diaphragm is just beneath your lungs and heart. It's attached to the lower ribs, the sternum, and spine. And there are many benefits to this type of breathing technique again, but again, I'll give you some highlights. So it's calming for the nervous system. I just mentioned that it's really because we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So it's quite, again, like I said, that sort of calming effect on the parasympathetic nervous system and taking us out of stress into relaxation. It improves oxygen flow. Some of that is because of the with the arm movement, we're able to get much deeper breath. And that also helps us with releasing tension as well, because there's some sort of stretching, and we're going to be releasing tension and tightness in the diaphragm and in the rest of the body as well as we go. It really supports your posture and your core stability. Again, because we're sort of focused on the muscles in the middle of the body. And I'm going to add a gridlock as well to the second technique as well, which helps us to really strengthen the core or the root of our body as well. And then the other one, as a byproduct as well, is it creates space for letting go of stored emotions. We do store emotional baggage in our body. And in that sort of area of our body in particular, things like grief and anger tend to be stored, not always, but that's a tendency. So when we expand and contract this area of the body, we're creating space to let go of some of those emotional pieces as well. Beautiful. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If there's any questions at all, please again pop them into the chat and I will address those ones in a moment. But first of all, we're going to get into one of the first little techniques here. So this one, both of these are going to involve moving our arms above our body. So if that is a challenge for you, if you have a lot of tension in your shoulders or any injuries or anything like that, just make sure that you do the lower form of what I'm showing. Okay, do not stretch beyond, like, this should not be painful for you. And the most important thing is that we're getting the deep breath part correct. So again, we're going to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. We're going to do deep belly breaths with every time. It's a very slow technique. So you're going to go into the belly first and then the lungs, and then releasing in the opposite way. And again, full capacity, biggest breath of your life stuff. And the arms are a nice little additional byproduct to help us again to stretch the body, to release the diaphragm, to stimulate the vagus nerve. And also, please only go to the capacity that you're able. Beautiful. Hopefully that's nice and clear. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to interlace our fingers like this. So interlacing our fingers, and we're going to nestle them like nice up against our throat. So I'm going to go sideways here, up against our throat and under our chin, but not so that we're pushing so hard that you can't speak, for example. But you should be able to feel your fingers on your throat. And if you were to hum or speak, you could feel the vibration on your fingers. And as we breathe in, we're going to lift our our elbows up towards the sky. So we're going to breathe in like this. And then we're going to release through the mouth. Again, so you might like to do this with your eyes open or closed. It doesn't matter. I'm going to close mine. And we're just going to do 10 breaths like this. So breathing in, arms are going up. And breathing out, arms are going down. And again, breathing in, biggest breath of your life into the belly first. And out, releasing all of the air in the body. In through the nose, checking your posture now. And breathing out through the mouth. Number 4, in all the way in. And out, letting the air fall out of your mouth. No force. This should all be gentle, breathing in, arms up. And breathing out, all the way out. In through the nose. And out through the mouth. Checking your posture again, in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And in through the mouth, your arms are raising above your ears. And out fully through the mouth. Do one more here. Feel the stretch in your body. And releasing all the tension out through the mouth. Beautiful. So if you have any feedback on how you're feeling after just that really short practice in the chat, please feel free to share it. And we're going to move into the next one now. I'm just going to have a little bit of water here. Okay. So for the next one, again, it's the diaphragm release. So we are concentrating on the arm movement in order to lengthen our torso and the internal organs of our body. We do that again by sitting up nice and straight. So yeah, exactly. Sharon, good for your posture. So we're always making sure too that when we are doing our breath work, it's a great reminder about posture to ensure that our spine is nice and long and tall. So if we imagine that our root energy center is, grounded in the ground, and then we have a little string pulling from the top of our head, lengthening our spine. And at the same time, our body and our limbs are really relaxed around our spinal cord. So it's ensuring our posture is nice and straight, and but our body is very relaxed and calm especially when we're doing this particular one. And from the posture perspective, this one is going to help correct some of the posture. So the other thing that happens, this is really great if you sit at a computer all day. This one particularly, if you are sitting at a laptop or a computer all day and you're sitting generally, or you're hunched over in any way, then this is really going to help. If you did this for 10 minutes every morning, it's going to be really beneficial to correct your posture. Beautiful. All right. So how this one goes is we basically have our guns up, so our pointer finger and our thumbs like this. And what we're going to do is we're going to interlock into our elbows, like behind our elbows. So we're going to put our thumbs right in behind our elbows. So we kind of have a stance like this. Hopefully you can see well what I'm doing. So our thumbs and fingers are really, and it's quite a strong hold, but again, we want everything nice and relaxed, but we don't want it slipping out. Again, please only go to the level that you're able to, that your body allows you to. This is not supposed to be painful. It's supposed to be comfortable. So we're going to take our arms up above our head, and then we're going to do the same thing as before. We're going to go in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we're going to start with really focusing on belly first when you're taking the in-breath. And when you're breathing out, think about the air sort of falling out. We don't want to force it out. We will push it out a little bit, but nice and gently. All right, let's do 20 of these and begin. So breathing in, arms go up, breathing in through the nose as far as you can, either above your head, behind your head. Maybe you can go to here, whatever works for you, and then taking your arms down on the out breath through the mouth. Let's go again. Breathing in, arms go up, and breathing out through the mouth, arms go down. Again, you might like to close down your eyes. Breathing in, nice and deep now. Breathing out any tension from your week. Breathing in, nice and deep, arms go up. Feel that stretch, breathing out through the mouth. Breathing in, arms go up. You might notice that they can go a little further this time. And breathing out through the mouth. So keep going at your own pace. I'm going to count you down. Breathing in, arms go up. And breathing out. Breathing in, arms go up. Maybe you can go a little further this time. And breathing out, arms come down. Breathing in, how's your posture now? And breathing out, all the way out. Breathing in, belly first. Breathing out. Breathing in, biggest breath of your life now, as much air as you can. And release through the mouth. Breathing in all the way in. Can you go a little further now with the arms? And breathing out. Keep going. Breathing in. Just checking the chat. And breathing out. Arms come down. Breathing in. Biggest breath of your life. All the air you can manage. Breathing out, the arms come down. If you need to rest the arms at any point, just do the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Got a comment here saying can go further with right arm on top. Yep, swap your arms around. See if you have more mobility with your arms in different directions. Breathing in again. And out through the mouth, all the way out, all of the air. Remember what I said about those toxins. I'm going to do two more here. So breathing in, arms raise up. How's your posture now? And then breathing out as the arms come down. Breathing in all the way in, belly first. Feel the stretch in the body. Let's just hang at the top there for a moment. I'll do this one with you. Feel the stretch in the body and release. All right. So let me know in the chat how that one felt for you, how you're feeling now. I just wanted to quickly show you a couple of the breaths with a root lock hold as well. It's something that you can add or take out, but it can also add to your practice, especially if you're working on things like posture or if you are finding yourself in a seated position all day and you're doing this one to release some of the muscles. This is a great addition as well. From an energy perspective, it allows us to command our energy again in the base of our spine and push it up through the body. So that's where it might be a more activating practice over a calming one if that's what you need to modify this specific practice. Okay, so when I talk about the root lock hold, basically at the top of the breath, at the bottom of the breath, so we're going to do a full breath up, and then arms down, and then we're gonna hold our breath without any tension. So we don't want to be like really squeezing or holding our breath. We just want to stop breathing at the bottom of the breath with no air in our lungs. And then we want to intentionally go into a root lock hold. So what do I mean by that? If you imagine at the base of your spine, all of the muscles internally, and you tense them. So imagine that you're trying to stop yourself from going to the toilet. So you're going to push all of the muscles in the bottom of your body are going to squeeze in and hold. Then I'm going to say root lock hold, and then I'm going to say squeeze the energy up. So I want you to imagine from that place, I like to imagine a little white ball of energy that's sitting in the middle of where I'm squeezing my muscles. And then I imagine it spiraling up my spine and either into my heart space, into my third eye, into my crown, wherever I feel like I'd like to command that energy to go. So hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, please let me know in the chat and I will explain further. But essentially, so what we're going to do, and we're just going to do like 3 breaths with this, with the root lock hold. Sorry, 3 breaths and then the root lock hold just to give you a demonstration, and you can do longer practices later if you like it. But we're going to do 3 of the diaphragm release breaths that we just did. Then at the end, I'm going to say, okay, root lock hold. What that means is eyes are closed. We're empty of air, holding our breath, squeezing the muscles in the base of our body, imagining it is a small ball of energy. And then I'm going to say, push the energy up. And imagine it just spiraling up through your body, around your spine, and then send it to, let's go to our heart space today, because we are doing a nice calming meditation after this. So I'm going to send that energy to your heart space to take into the rest of your day and command your energy to go there. Beautiful. All right, let's begin. So we're going to do 3 of our diaphragm release breaths. So again, we're going to get our guns ready. We're going to interlock our arms, maybe try it the other way around this time and see how your mobility is. It is always good to swap them around, as I mentioned before. And let's begin with our 3 breaths to start. So this time we are going to do our eyes closed. So just listen to my voice. Okay. All right. So breathing in all the way in. Arms go up and breathing out through the mouth. And breathing in all the way in. And breathing out. Breathing in all the way in. Final one. And breathing out through the mouth. Just hold on to your breath there. Allow your arms to fall into a comfortable position. And now do the root lock. So really tensing all the muscles in the bottom of your body on the inside. Imagine there's a little ball of energy. And then now allow that energy to move up through the body. Pushing, pushing, pushing the energy up, squeezing, squeezing the energy up into our beautiful heart space. And take a breath of air. Returning to our normal breath. Feeling that rush of oxygen coming into our brain, into our heart. Breathing consciously, deeply, but in a nice standard rhythm for our body. Beautiful. So with the root lock, you can actually do that either, we just did that one empty of air, and I like that one because we're doing the tension piece and the energy, and then when we take in our first breath, we get that beautiful rush of oxygen energy. You can also do the root lock at the top of the breath. So when your body is full of air, that's another option as well. And then you can just release the breath when it's finished, and then you get this beautiful release of toxin, which is just perfect as well. So either way is fine, but hopefully you enjoyed that. So please let me just know in the chat that you're okay if you have your camera off, and if whether or not you enjoyed that, if you found it challenging or found it good, let me know while I just set up here for the beautiful meditation that we're going to do next. Sharon's giving me the thumbs up. Lisa liked that one. Beautiful. Yeah, again, like come back to this and do longer practices. I just wanted to give you a bit of a taster today, and hopefully you're already feeling a bit looser. Beautiful. Okay, so we are going to go into a meditation here. So up to you if you want to be sitting, or if you want to take a moment now to go and lay down in a nice comfy spot, get really cozy with some blankies and some pillows, and just get nice and relaxed. If you've got an eye cushion or something like that, I'm just gonna sort myself out here while you're setting that up.
Switch over to my other speaker. Hopefully you can hear me okay. All right. So as we're laying down, getting into our comfortable position here, start to notice where you are feeling any tension in the body. We're going to make sure that we send our breath and send our love to that part of us today as we go through the meditation. Beautiful. So settling into our comfortable position. Taking a few more of those deep cleansing breaths. When I talk about cleansing breaths, I'm talking about those deep belly breaths that are slow in through the nose, out through the mouth. Beautiful. Shutting down your eyes now. Bringing awareness to the air entering your nose, exiting your nose. There's nothing to do, nothing to change. Just noticing the gentle rise and fall of your chest and belly. With each inhale, welcome a fresh wave of calm into your body. With each exhale, imagine releasing any tension from the week just gone. Now, begin to imagine yourself standing in a wide, open field. The grass beneath your feet is soft and cool, grounding you with every step. Above you, the morning sun is rising, spreading golden light across the horizon. Feel the warmth of the sun touch your skin. Notice how that light seems to seep into you, filling you with a quiet, steady energy. Every cell of your body absorbing that nourishment. Allow your senses to awaken. Notice the gentle sound of a breeze moving through the grass, the distant call of birds greeting the morning, the subtle scent of wildflowers carried on the air. Take a deep breath in, as if you are breathing in the freshness of this new day. And as you exhale, feel yourself softening, grounding more deeply into this moment. In this field, you are safe, you are supported, and you are exactly where you're meant to be. Take a moment now to bring your awareness to your heart space. Imagine the sunlight pooling there, glowing gently inside you. With each inhale, the light expands, warm, radiant, steady. With each exhale, allow that light to spread throughout your whole body. You might notice a sense of gratitude arising. Gratitude for this moment, for your body, for the chance to begin this day with presence and intention. Take a moment to really soak in the gratitude feeling. What are you grateful for today? Now, take 3 slow, deep, nourishing breaths, breathing in calm, breathing out anything you don't need to carry today. As you prepare to return, know that this warmth, this grounded presence goes with you. field and the sunshine live within you, always available whenever you pause to connect. Let's sit here for a moment in this feeling. Really allow it to enter your body, to feel it fully, so that you can take it into your day and wherever you go. Feel that expansion in your heart space. The golden light pooling there lives there. Who will you give your golden light to today? Big deep breath in. And release. Start to bring your awareness now back to the air, breathing in through your nose and out through your nose, bringing awareness back to the rise and fall of your belly and chest, to the air in the room around you. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes as you ever so slowly bring yourself back to this present moment. There is no rush, take your time. And as you start to open your eyes slowly, bring this sense of calm and fullness back with you into the day ahead. Deep breath in and release.
That is a nice, short, sharp one just to really set ourselves up for calming for the day. Again, with the same with breath work, meditations and visualizations can be quite calming or activating, depending on what you need on each day. So that one was obviously a nice calming one. I do hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope it carries you into calmness for the day. Thank you for joining me. I'm just going to stop the recording here.